Hello everyone. In this video, we shall discuss about the Python list. A list is a collection of values. The values in a list are called as elements or items. Lists are used to store multiple data items under one single variable name. Lists are one of the most important built-in data types which are available in Python language, and this list is used to store collection of data. Lists are created by representing the elements or items inside the square brackets. List items are ordered, changeable, and it allows duplicate values also. List items are indexed, which means the first element is stored in the index value 0 and the second element is stored in the index value 1. A list can be created as follows. Here I have created a list named this list, and this list stores the values apple, banana and cherry. Since apple, banana and cherry are string values, I have enclosed the values within the double quotations. A list index value should be an integer value. It should not be a float value. If we want to write or read an element that does not exist, we get an error message, index error. If an index has a negative value, it counts backward from the end of the list. This is called as negative indexing. A list can store data types of similar data. A list can store items of similar data types, and also a list can store items of different data types. In the first example, list 1, list 2, list 3, all the elements are of same data type, and in the second example, in the list 4, I have stored the values of data types such as different data types such as string, integer, boolean, and a combination of these. We can access elements or items in a list by using the index number. To print the second item of the list, we can use the statement like print this list within square bracket. I have enclosed the number as 1. This represents the second element in the list. Negative indexing. In the negative indexing, the values are represented from the end of the list. Here -1 refers to the last item and -2 refers to the second last item in the list. Lists are changeable, which means lists are mutable. Mutability means we can change or update the elements in the list after we have created it. Here I have created a list named list1, and I have stored the elements as apple, banana and cherry. And in the fourth line, I have updated the element as mango in the position of 2. So after changing the elements, I can display the elements as apple, banana and mango. Instead of displaying the value as cherry, we can change the element in the end of the list, which means in the second position I have changed the element cherry as mango. Traversing a list. A list can be traversed by two ways. One is by using a for loop, and by using a while loop we can traverse a list. Traversing means visiting the elements from the start to end. Here I have enclosed the code to traverse a list by using for loop. And here I have used the while loop to traverse the Python list. Since I have to traverse the list from the first to last element, I have set an index variable as I equal to 0, and I am increasing after reading the element one by one. I repeat the same process till the end of the list, so that I have used the len of function. Len of function returns the number of items in the list. List operations, we can use concatenation and repetition operation in a list. Concatenation operation is represented by using plus operator. Here I have used two lists A and B, and finally I have concatenated these two lists into one, which is C. We can see the output also. So in the list C, we are having the values of A and B, and in the star repetition operator, we should represent the number of times the elements should be repeated. Here I have used C equal to A star 4, which means C has the list C will store the elements of A by repeating 4 times. I have enclosed the output also. And this is the slice operation, which slice operation is extracting a portion from the original list. This is creating a subset from the original set. A list slice operation syntax is list name, and we have to mention where to start the slice operation and where to stop the slice operation. And the number of steps means number of jumps we can carry out in the slice operation. I have enclosed different formats of slice operation. In the first example, I have not mentioned the start and stop, so it will display all the items in the list. And in the second one, I have mentioned the first I have mentioned the start value, and I have not mentioned the stop value. So the slice operation goes up to the end of the list. And in the third statement, I have mentioned the end where to stop, and I didn't mention the starting position where we can start the slice operation. So the slice operation starts from the first location, and in the fourth line I am using start, stop, and last one steps, which means I have given the value 2 as steps, so it jumps at every 2. The interval value is 2, and in the last I have used the value as -2, which means the slice operation starts from the end of the list, and the number of jumps is 2. Here I have enclosed the available list methods in the Python list. First one, the append of method adds elements at the end of the list, and the second method, extend of method, adds more than one element at the end of the list. Insert of method inserts the element at the given position. The position can be specified by the user. And in the the fourth method is remove of. This removes an element from the list. And fifth one is pop off. This method removes an element from any position. We can specify the position where we can where the elements to be removed. And the sixth method is reverse of. This reverses the elements of the list. And seventh one is len of. This returns the number of elements or items which we store in the list. And eighth method is min of. The min of method returns the minimum value in the list. And ninth method is max. This method returns the maximum value in the list. And 10th method is count. This method counts the number of occurrences of a given element in the list. And the 11th one is index of. This returns the position of the first occurrence of a given element in the list. Sort of method. This method sorts the list in ascending order. And the last method is clear of. This method empties all the elements from the list, and this will return the null list as output. I hope you all understand what is a list and where we can use, and how to create a list, how to access the list elements, how to traverse a list, and what are the available list methods, and how to perform slice operations in a list. Thank you.